Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the second channel. Today I'm talking a little bit about the release of Monster Hunter Wilds and kind of the state that it's in at the moment. I've been really enjoying this game. I've already sunk a couple of hours into it. It's release day right now, and yeah, honestly, it's been great. I've really enjoyed it, and I honestly think it's a massive step up from World. That being said, I do want to talk about the state that this game released in. Now, for me, it wasn't much of an issue. I recently upgraded my PC a little bit, so I didn't really face any issues, but the sheer amount of reports online of people who are having like horribly optimized gameplay, like people with 30 series graphics cards not being able to run this game, is insane. I mean, seriously, there are so many cases where people with perfectly good computers are unable to run this, and I wanted to talk about that today. So I just want to go through some of the negative Steam reviews and I guess just talk a little bit about what they're saying, their experiences, and yeah, the state that this game is in at the moment. Okay, here we are on the Steam store page for Monster Hunter Wilds, and I'm just going to go through and read some of the reviews over here. So now we've got a review from Coda. Seems to be the top rated review with 1,300 people updating it. So yeah, let's hear what they have to say. This game is absolutely amazing, but has the worst optimization I've ever seen. I understand that games are becoming more demanding and people are expected to upgrade, but this is absurd. I'm aware that this isn't the first instance of new games having poor performance on launch, because the same thing happened with World, but it feels inexcusable at this point. I am in no means saying this game is bad, but in its current state, you should probably consider waiting for a more stable release. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. The fact that Capcom can put out a game that's so poorly optimized, especially on launch day for a series as big as Monster Hunter, is kind of ridiculous. This game is pretty massive, and I'm surprised, honestly, that they released it in this state. If your PC struggles running some games at all, like mine used to, I would definitely recommend waiting for a little bit until this gets patched. And I'm sure it will get patched fairly soon. I mean, they are a big company, but you know, it does, but yeah, it is kind of a stain on the game's reputation a little. So yeah, as we can see over here from the store page, mixed, 47% of the 5,500 reviews for this game are positive. So most people are giving this game a negative review. And it's not because this game is bad or anything. I mean, there's plenty of positive review scores by gaming journalist outlets or whatever. It's because this game is in such a poor state that the majority of people who try and play it are unable to. I'm sure we'll see this number come back up, you know, like as the game gets patched, but in its current state, it's honestly kind of ridiculous. Now we're going to read one by Lumi's Plush, which has 775 updates. Capcom, please, auto-collect the bug reports that you spent over 5 minutes generating. I beg of thee. Manually emailing off bug reports is ancient tech. Looks like the game is getting confused when it's forcing full screen on widescreen monitors. The crash report kicks up upon going full screen and the game starts loading. Unfortunately, the game thinks it's crashed, and after the crash tool has collected its log, the game closes itself even though it is now loading. Hopefully changing out of full screen fixes this. So yeah, it seems they didn't consider ultra-wide monitor support, and also it looks like, yeah, they have a pretty bad bug collection system, which doesn't bode well given how this game released. Although, I would say that it does seem that the majority of bugs are performance related, and with optimization, and not actually bugs impacting the gameplay in any way. And that's something I think that you'll see in other reviews, such as this one by Jerry Blob over here saying, I love Monster Hunter, and this game is definitely a good Monster Hunter game. However, I cannot recommend it in its current state on PC. Unless you have most topped out specs, you will encounter frame rate issues, crashes, shader problems, and stutters all around. And worst of all, the game just looks iffy at best. I'm sure that Capcom will address these issues in the future, and the game will be even better than it is gameplay-wise. But if you have a low-end or mid-end PC, either wait for a few months or get the game on console. Yeah, it is kind of surprising the game can't run even on mid-range PCs. I know it's not like on PS4 or like Xbox One, so it's not on the older generation of consoles. It is like PS5 exclusive, Xbox, whatever they call the new one, Xbox Series X exclusive. But yeah, it's crazy. Like someone can spend tons of money on a PC and just not even be able to play a new game. So great to see. Tank Obino says, how does a game manage to run perfectly fine in the open beta and I receive an excellent rating score on my benchmark, but the actual product that costs actual money runs like absolute sludge? I legit have never encountered a game that wasn't at worst playable. I have never seen a game run this poorly while still looking this bad. I do think this thing that people are talking about, the game looking bad, is interesting. Personally, I thought the game looked pretty good, and I didn't even have HD textures on. So I wonder if that's a performance thing, or if they just mean the game looks bad in general. I think they're getting at that the game looks bad on their systems, but overall, I actually do think the game looks fairly nice. So I think they're talking about their own system, but yeah, no, it's ridiculous. So the beta, if you don't know, I put out a video on the beta on this channel a little while ago, and plenty of other people were playing it. There was also a benchmark test, which everyone could download and test out. But yeah, it just seems that the benchmark was kind of useless because no one can run this game apparently. Okay, let's read this one last review by Meadow with almost 1,000 likes, and then I think we can wrap it up. So Meadow says, absolutely atrocious performance for how the game looks. Runs even worse than the beta. For reference, I could run the beta at a comfortable 60 to 70 FPS on high, usually higher than that. Now I'm running at less than 50 on medium with noticeable dips. The game does not look nearly good enough to warrant this performance. Everything is covered in a grimy texture with assets that look like you took them straight out of a PS3 game. If I can run Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Cyberpunk on maxed out settings comfortably, there is no reason this game should be running like this. Embarrassing. Wait for a sale and or optimization updates. I've played games on my deck that look better than this. When I was a kid, I couldn't believe how good Monster Hunter Freedom Unite looked on my PSP. An entire world in my hands. And now they release a game like this. It saddens me the mediocrity that Capcom has fallen into. But what do I know? Maybe I'm just a little silly Billy and my 4070 toaster is just outdated at this point. Guess I'll go back to playing better looking games on Ultra. Yeah, that's crazy. A 4070 that can't even run this game is ridiculous. A 4070 should definitely be able to run this game. That is absolutely ridiculous, and yeah, Capcom definitely needs to patch this game. In general, actually, I'm not a massive fan of Capcom's management of Monster Hunter. I do think that the fact that it's so poorly optimized on launch, and also like all of the DLCs, like damn near everything in this game that should be included in the game, or like, you know, you should be able to get it somehow in game, they'll charge you for. You want to change your name, change your appearance, that's gonna cost you. Oh, we have this really cool armor set based on feudal Japan. Would you like to wear it? Pay us $8. You know, it's like, okay, cool guys. So not a massive fan of Capcom's management of Monster Hunter, but this game is still really good and I've been enjoying my time with it. So I would very highly recommend that you play it if you A, own a console that can run it, because apparently a PC can't, or B, pick it up on PC when these optimization issues are patched out. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I'm really enjoying this game. I recommend it. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my main channel. Actually, the link to that is in the description and on screen at the moment right now. This is my second channel, so feel free to subscribe to this one if you do, if you want that too. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.